Hello, today I'm going to talk about the 3 must-do the fall tasks that I just do it the second week of November because I just have time. The purpose of preparing your garden before winter is to make sure you don't carry the diseases and they will survive the cold wind and come back in the spring. Trust me, I don't do much. I just do these 3 things because that's all the time that I have. So let's get started. First, I will cut the broken branches and the plant that prone to get the diseases or mushy. You can make a nice sharp cut on the broken branches so the water will not seep into the trunk and cause the diseases. I also cut any branches that touch the house. Basically, I pruned only 3 branches of this hydrangea and the remaining I left them alone. The plants that prone to get the diseases or mushy that I cut all the way down or a couple inches above the ground are hostas, peonies, and iris. I wish peony will have the disease-resistant type because I never see any peonies that will look good by the end of the season. Ew! Hostas is another plant that easily get mushy when the cold hit, and the slugs and snails love them. So I will cut the foliage back to about 2 inches above the soil. So now I'm done with one side of the garden. Another plant that also in the must-do list is iris. I will cut the iris leaf down to about a few inches above the ground to help prevent the iris borers and leaf spot. It will give the less surface area for the leaf spot to form. If my hand doesn't get tired before, usually I just cut and drop the leaf or anything that I prunes. Remaining of the plant, I left them alone because they can be beneficial for the insects and can be a food source for several birds here, such as echinacea or aster setates. The second thing to do is to mulch them a couple inches. For the short variety of mums, I will tuck the leaf mulch underneath of them. For the tall variety of mums, they can get flop with a heavy rain. So usually I will cut the stem that is touched the ground and then left maybe about like a foot or longer than that if that stem doesn't touch the ground. Then I will mulch them. This way will help insulate the crown and make them survive the winter and come back in the spring. Here is how they look. I pruned Jessica Luisa just the lower branches that touch the ground, and Coral Cavalier is a very tall variety that easily flop, so I prune it back and have maybe about like a foot left. The last thing to do is to water until the ground freezes. Look at what I found when I did the fall task. The critter in the garden bit the drip irrigation for the water sources. No wonder there is an area that didn't get enough water, but I wouldn't have known it because of the all foliage of the plant have covered it. We also have a hot water that keep clogging the filter. Next year, I will stop using the drip irrigation and use the sprinkler system instead. That will be the way that I can see exactly where the water goes and which area that the water didn't get, and then I can adjust the sprinkler head. I know overhead water is not the best because it can make the plant prone to get the fungal diseases. Hand water is the best for me, but I don't have time. For me, whatever that garden make me happy and easy, I will do it, and we'll see how it look next year. Now back to the topic. We should water until the ground freeze, and that's actually not the same as the first frost. The ground temperature is much warmer than what the weather forecast temperature said. What I did is I looked at the local state university. They have a report on the 3 to 4 inches of temperature below the ground. I will look at the soil temperature and continue water once weekly until the soil temperature is close to the 32 degree, then I will stop water. And that's usually about mid-December in my zone 5B. Even my first frost is in September. See, it is almost a month and a half to 2 months that the plant will not get water if you stop water them when you have a first frost. I lost some of the plant in the first year of my gardening because I stopped water them when the first frost hit, and I did not know the differences between the first frost and the ground freeze. Last but not least, I'm still planting. Well, it is the best time of the year to get like sale conifer, so why not? And here's the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!